In today's age of music, we often see rappers go viral in various ways to try and promote their music. Whether it's through wild shenanigans on social media, having weird looks, or starting ridiculous drama, there is nothing that most rappers won't do to get some extra streams. However, Dave Blunts is the rapper who right now is going viral for all the wrong reasons. At first, his weight of being over 600 pounds was kind of just something that people made a lot of jokes about, but lately it's been starting to get actually concerning. After he was hospitalized multiple times and revealed that he suffered from heart failure, his condition got so bad that he had to perform on stage with an oxygen mask. Dave is slowly killing himself right in front of the world, and he may not have many more years in him. How did Dave get to this point? Let's cut the bullshit and get right into it. Now, for those that don't know, Dave Blunts actually initially went viral on TikTok when he posted snippets to one of his songs. The snippet would actually be his future hit, The Cup. This song actually caught the attention of Lil Yachty, who commented on the original video. This was Dave's first ever taste of virality, which is pretty insane because he actually has been making music for over 6 years trying to make it. Yes, for 6 years, Dave actually was dedicating his full time trying to be a rapper and saw no success.
I've been making music since like 2018. I've quit and came back to that shit so many times. It's like, I had like an abusive relationship with music, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I heard your mom was like your biggest supporter from the early days. There was this one story that like I read where like you had music equipment and one day she like gathered it up and put like a note in your room.
I threw the equipment in the garbage. Like, she dug it out of the garbage, put it on my bed, and she was like, you know, don't give up on your dreams, some shit like that.
Yet, in less than a week of posting on TikTok, he finally got some buzz. But this was just a couple of seconds of clout. What really put Dave on the map was when he appeared on the YouTube channel On The Radar. This channel has helped a lot of other YouTubers blow up, and they're known for working with lots of underground artists. Dave's freestyle did get some traction, but his second appearance is what really made him go viral, because it was at his second appearance that he performed his own song, Crying in the Kitchen. This song had a bunch of extremely out-of-pocket lyrics that would make anybody's head turn. Fellas hate on me cause I'm a fat fella. Got Jewish money, fella, fuck Hitler. Don't let Seth Tobin be your babysitter cause I heard that fella was a kid diddler. This is only from the first part of the song. And obviously, Dave's appearance also helped really contribute to the song's virality. He was this super big guy with a really high-pitched voice.
Yo, bitch, suck my dick and now I'm aiming for her glasses. Used to think that mayonnaise was an instrument like Patrick. Hop up on a beat and I go IEP retarded. I don't fuck with Walmart cause I always hit my target. I don't fuck with niggas so they think I'm homophobic.
If you saw him and didn't know what he sounded like, you would not think that's what his voice was. And this is what really started to give Dave a name. This big fat guy with a really high-pitched voice saying the funniest out-of-pocket lyrics. And for a decent amount of people, it was pretty entertaining. And this would somewhat correlate to his views as his song Crying in the Kitchen got a little bit of traction, but not nearly as much traction as his actual weight, because lots of questions of Dave's weight came up pretty often. Keep in mind, Dave was not just like a somewhat obese guy. This guy was bigger than the state of Texas. And Dave revealed that he actually has been overweight for quite a long time, ever since he was 5, and it's most likely from him overeating.
Have you always been a bigger guy?
Relatively, yeah. Yeah.
Is that something that you struggle with, or do you just love yourself and you're like, fuck it, this is who I am?
Yeah, I'd say it's something I struggle with, yeah. But I'm working on it, you know what I'm saying?
Do you like overeat, or do you have more like a glandular thing going on?
Well, it's not a glandular thing. I don't know what that is. But
Well, it's like people either like, it's either like you're kind of doing it to yourself, or like some people have kind of like a health condition.
I'd say it's definitely me doing it to myself, yeah.
What's your poison of choice?
I mean, there's no really like poison of choice. It's more just like laziness. Like, I'll just eat and then like chill or like sleep or some shit like that.
Not exercising a lot and also eating a lot of unhealthy junk is usually how most people gain that type of weight. Dave even said himself that he is so big that he has to buy 2 seats on an airplane. You can't make this shit up.
In one of your songs, you said every time you fly, you have to buy 2 seats.
Yeah.
Is that all right? You for
That's real? Yeah, that's real. I gotta take 2 seats, yeah, man.
Dave literally wears his signature tracksuit all the time because it's like one of the only things that can actually fit him. And he sort of basically made it like his signature style. If anything, Dave's Dave leaned into it and saw it as an opportunity to help boost his career. Most of the reason why Dave was even going viral was because he was big enough to have his own gravitational pull. So why not capitalize on that? And he would also post hilarious Instagram posts with like the most random caption ever. Now soon enough he would sign to a local label in LA, listen to the kids, and would start grinding music. His album, Well Dude Here's My Thing, peaked at 141 on Apple Music, which is pretty solid. But Dave's career really changed for the better when he dropped the song The Cup, which went pretty viral. The song was a sad auto-tune banger about being dependent on codeine. Not exactly a unique subject, but the song had a really strong influence from the SoundCloud rap era that a lot of people were a fan of, specifically sounded like something that Juice WRLD would make. So it did really, really well in that crowd. It also helped that for the music video, there was this hilarious animation of Dave falling from the sky. Absolutely hysterical. Again, trying to capitalize on the fat fame. And this was Dave's first ever hit to some type of extent on social media. This really started to open the doors for Dave, as now he was working with artists like Chief Keef and Baby Tron. He was hanging out with Lil Yachty. He was on Aiden Ross's stream. He was on Plackboy Max's stream. He did a performance for On The Block. He was really starting to live that rap star dream that he always wanted. However, the music was still taking a back seat to Dave's health. Because when Dave first started blowing up, again, most of the attention was really just from the fat jokes that people made. But there still wasn't really that much concern. Yeah, he was big, but he was perfectly mobile. He would be standing in his music videos, and even on Plackboy Max's stream, he was walking around the room a lot. So honestly, he seemed to be fine. But once he started to get popular, he noticeably gained a little bit more weight and became a little bit less mobile. Eventually, he would start to be sitting down for a lot of his performances. The real red flag was when he started to make more and more frequent trips to the hospital. Now, Dave has pretty bad asthma and like always has to use an inhaler. So he claims that this was one of the initial reasons why he had to go. But Dave would later reveal that he actually suffered from heart failure at the mere age of 23. It was actually the reason why Dave went to the hospital in July of 2023. It was so bad that he had to learn how to walk again. Like, it was not good. And he even wrote a song about it called Hospital Bed, where he talks about how he tried to get head from the nurse and loves his friend like the LGBTQ. Dave actually recorded this song while he was literally at the hospital bed.
Okay, now this song that you have about being in a hospital bed,
Yeah.
is that a real story? Were you really in a hospital?
Yeah, I made that song while I was in the hospital. So I was actually in my hospital bed. My mom brought my studio equipment to the hospital, and shit, I was cooking up while I was in there, learned how to walk again and shit like that. Had a catheter in, all that shit. So
Why were you in the hospital?
Heart failure.
Damn.
Yeah.
Heart failure at 23 is extremely concerning, considering that most people don't really experience a heart attack on average until 65.
Do you visit the hospital once a month or?
No, man, I'm not visiting the hospital once a month.
And what's probably making this condition a lot worse is his excessive use of lean. In almost every interview, appearance, Instagram post, Dave is sipping from that styrofoam cup. He's always drinking from it and claims to have issues with it, even claiming that's possibly the reason why he's obese.
Don't go down the rabbit hole, kids.
Yeah.
See where it leads you. 600 pounds.
Wow.
And not being able to put down the cup.
It's to the point where he even has his own signature cup, Dave's Purple Stuff. And being successful has probably only worsened this for Dave because he's actually been getting lean for free. Sipping codeine syrup when you quite literally have experienced heart failure is the worst thing to ever do to yourself.
You start drinking.
Shit, like, I mean, I don't like sip every day or anything like that, but it's like, do I sip quite often? Yeah, probably since I was like 16.
And soon enough, Dave would start to be more and more in the hospital. In September of 2023, he posted himself in the hospital bed and claimed on Instagram that he took too many Xans, even though most people in the comments kind of knew that was bullshit. 1 month later, Dave would get the opportunity of a lifetime by being offered to perform at Juice WRLD Day, a dream for any Juice WRLD fan. And this performance went extremely viral for all the wrong reasons. During his entire time on stage, Dave was sitting down performing with an oxygen tank and sounded very out of breath. The joke slowly turned into legit concern because this was looking pretty bad. This would even get the attention of Snoop Dogg from all people, who actually commented on the situation. "We'll put down the chicken wings and Tata chips, nephew, and that chair gon' break soon and get to the end of the cup." Dave was actually not a fan of this and actually responded to it pretty quickly. "It has come to my attention that Snoop Dogg wants me to put the cup down. He also had a few other choice words to say about my first performance that were not so nice. That's okay. Maybe it's just because Snoop Dogg doesn't know me that he decided to say those mean things about me. Well, Snoop Dogg, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm actually a very good guy. I take care of my family, I put my friends into positions to win, and I'm chasing my dreams every day. I think you're a good guy, Snoop. My favorite movie of yours is Baby Boy. Now, in that movie, you played a guy who was about to have unwanted sex with his ex-girlfriend in front of her son. If I was to judge you off that performance, I would say you're not a good guy, but I didn't judge you off that performance, so please don't judge me off my performance. He even went so far as to diss Snoop Dogg during a concert.
Hey, Chicago, do y'all have a problem with me sitting down on this stage? Yeah. Exactly. Get the fuck off my dick, Snoop Dogg.
Dave was actually a little tipsy in the moment and wasn't really thinking straight. Oddly enough, Snoop Dogg actually laughed this comment off and even apologized for it. This also actually made Dave go viral, but again, for all the wrong reasons. Snoop Dogg may have been joking at the time, but everyone knew that he was low-key right. Dave clearly had serious health problems and needed to lay off all the unhealthy stuff. The doctors originally didn't even want Dave to perform at that time, and he had to literally take that oxygen tank with him on stage in order to get cleared from the hospital.
As you guys seen, I was in the hospital a few days before my Juice WRLD show, and they said, you're gonna need to be on oxygen and you're gonna have to stay in the hospital. And I said, fuck no, there's no way I'm missing this. Is there any way that I can do the show? And they said, well, if you take oxygen with you, we can okay you to leave the hospital.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, fuck it. Like, bro, I'm not gonna stop nothing from achieving my dreams and achieving my goals. You know what I'm saying?
Dave tried to claim that original hospital visit was just a checkup, but who knows if that's really true. Not even a month later, Dave was in the hospital again. Reasons are unknown, but again, most likely probably tails back to his obesity. Dave's management even gifted him a cake to celebrate breaking 1 million views on YouTube, which got a lot of controversy because the last thing this man needed was a fucking cake. It put into question if Dave's management even cares about his health or not, or if the people around him even care. Dave posted on Instagram with a girl claiming to be his girlfriend. She was on stage with him, backstage, and they seemed to be pretty legit. However, a leaked DM revealed that she was only doing that just so that she could get on stage and get some clout. So this really put into the question of just how real the people around him really are, and how much they really care about him. In the past couple of months, Dave has been in the hospital multiple times. It's not good. Fans have theorized that he won't make it past 30. Now, it's definitely not too late for Dave. If he starts to get in a healthy routine and is pretty consistent with living a healthier lifestyle, he has a solid chance of making it quite a long time. One thing that does give him quite a lot of hope is that he actually might be faking the whole lean persona. Now, many fans have speculated that he kind of just pretends to sip lean so that he seems really cool and seems like a real rapper. He even has like this whole backstory about how he was a drug dealer in high school.
First memory from high school, probably selling Xans in the bathroom. It was a good time in life. Really, when I think back to like good times in life, I think back to that time of selling Xans in the bathroom at school.
Now, one of the reasons why people think it's fake is because anytime he's doing an interview holding a styrofoam cup, it's actually empty. During the No Jumper interview, he actually spilled it multiple times and nothing came out. Now, it's not common for rappers to actually pretend to do a lot of the gangster stuff they claim to do. A lot of hip-hop is really about the personal image, and a lot of people like the badass stuff that all the rappers do, because at the end of the day, that's what sells. Future built up this entire legacy of being a lean sipper and a pill popper, but he actually stopped sipping lean pretty late into his career. And he actually didn't reveal it initially because he was kind of afraid of seeming uncool to all of his fans. It's kind of sad when you think about it. Dave most likely does a very similar thing so that it seems like he fits in. And if it's true that he doesn't really sip at all and simply only pretends to for rapper cool points, well, that's definitely a good thing for his health then. The last thing this guy really needs is heart-damaging drugs to the system. But the health issues he's facing seem to be very, very real. Now, lots of people say that Dave losing weight would be the best thing for his career. That like it'll skyrocket him and make him a huge inspiration. The 600-pound dude with heart failure making a complete 180 and being a super healthy guy would be a story for generations.
Because I feel like it's from a marketing perspective though, I feel like you get their attention as being a bigger dude, and then people love the story of somebody who kind of makes their life better. So that could be like the story of the next album.
And while this would get him some positive attention, it definitely would not guarantee longevity in terms of music. If anything, it actually could put him at a disadvantage with that. at. Now, again, the whole reason why Dave has even gone viral in the first place is because of his appearance, which has somewhat translated to his music. If Dave were to just completely lose all the weight, it would definitely go viral in the moment, but he would most likely peak at his fame during that time, and it would not really guarantee longevity. The problem is that Dave's music really does take a back seat to all of the health problems and drama. The harsh truth is that his music most likely would not have any appeal if it wasn't for the fact that he was bigger than Pluto. Almost any rapper that has gone viral and successful from outside shenanigans usually does not last more than 2 years. Look at Lil Pump 6ix9ine and Lil Nas X. And when Dave isn't going viral for being fat, he's only going viral for his out-of-pocket lyrics. His songs are essentially a meme, and memes don't last. Now, I'm not saying Dave shouldn't lose weight. He 1000% should. I'm just simply trying to make the point that in order for him to actually have a long-standing chance in the music game is to make genuinely good music that connects with people, rather than just simply trying to rely on some type of persona to go viral. Dave does not like being this way and has expressed that he has a very strong desire to change. He even planned on getting a personal trainer and everything.
I plan, hopefully after this album drops, I can sign a deal and, then I'll have the money to, get a personal trainer, you know what I'm saying, all that shit.
How likely that is, I'm not sure. And he did announce on his Instagram that he was throwing away his tracksuit to sort of symbolize his start of a change. Last night on my show, I did something impulsive. I took off my tracksuit and threw it in the crowd. It's time to end the era of my purple tracksuit as I go on this journey to better my health and life. I must get rid of all things of the past and start new. I had to get rid of Madison to find purpose in life and in music. I had to get rid of Abigail to love myself again. I had to get rid of Solar to find Isabella, and now I must get rid of my purple tracksuit. What am I getting rid of it find? Perhaps a new tracksuit color that will be my new tracksuit color? I don't know, but I do know is I'm glad I could give it to a fan who I know will keep it safe for me, and who knows, maybe one day I'll be back for it. So hopefully he tries to actually continue on some type of path of health. If not, well, then we may not see Dave live long enough to see the end.